low. Ooh, she didn't yell that bad. She didn't yell that bad because she's not sure how to modulate the volume on this microphone. Welcome to Casuals, the sports podcast that gets a little distracted sometimes, but mostly gets you informed on all the sports, at least the stuff you need to know. And we do it without boring you, or at least that's the goal. You let us know if we don't live up to that. Our email is casualswithkatienolan@gmail.com. Our voicemail is 646-801-0043. And on IG and TikTok, we are at Casuals the Podcast. We're not hiding from you. Send your feedback. Coming up on our new favorite segment, should I have said that out loud? Okay, Tua. My goodness, Tua. All throughout the year, Tua Tagovailoa, the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins, has just been saying stuff that if you didn't know he had taken a lot of hits to the head in his career, you'd know by just watching. And I keep being like, let's stop letting him talk here, but he just can't help it. I'm going to try to remember these off the top of my head. I remember he told Cam Newton had said something critical of him, and he said, like, he should try quarterbacking. He was a quarterback. He's very famously played the position. There was another time they were playing the Bills, and he was talking about his opposing quarterback, Josh Allen, and he said, man, there's stuff that guy can do I could never do. That you're like, now this one I could see, but in the context of, like, you're about to play him, maybe now's not the time we say that. There's been more. You're thinking, what could he possibly have said, Katie? You're just nitpicking. You're nitpicking at this point. You're attacking this guy. It's borderline on bullying. He couldn't possibly have said anything stupid enough to warrant being played in this segment. Well, Tua was asked, because they were playing internationally, if there was somewhere in Europe that he would like to play, where would that be? And here's what Tua said.
Pretty cool to go play in Jerusalem. I don't know. That'd be sick.
It's just, even if, because I try to allow for athletes in season to be ignorant to a point. I just try to save my own sanity. I go, look, these guys are so quote unquote laser focused. They couldn't possibly have awareness about the world. I can't look to them to have a take about geopolitical situations. It's unreasonable. I understand why some people do it. My personal philosophy ever since Tom Brady put a hat in his locker was that I had to go like, these guys are kind of dumb. And just allow for that because they're good at football. That's what we like them for. And if they speak up about an injustice they've faced, always listen because they're speaking about their personal experience. But when it comes to geopolitical conflict, assume they don't fucking know, okay? But even if you don't have a good take on this, to bring it up unprompted when you're not being asked about the situation specifically, to go like, you know what I'd like to talk about? I'd like to talk about Israel, I think, right now, in front of all of you, is a fucking crazy. The only thing I can think of that is this level of crazy is when Eric Adams brought up 9/11.
I was just thinking that. Oh, wait, I'm thinking of something else.
Well, that's crazy. It's crazy that you were also thinking of an Eric Adams thing. Eric Adams being the Tua of politics or Tua being the Eric Adams. I don't know which one's a bigger insult, and I don't want to wade into these waters. But Eric Adams was once asked what he loved the most about New York, and he said 9/11, and it was fucking insane. He was trying to say that he liked the way everybody came together, but he literally said his favorite thing on a morning show interview, just said September 11th, and everybody was like, what are you talking about? That's bringing up Jerusalem when asked if are you out of your yes is the answer, he's out of his mind, and no is the answer to should he have said this out loud.
You know what no is also the answer to? Is Jerusalem in Europe?
Oh, God, I didn't even think about that! How it's in Asia! So no is the answer to that one. Next, the Timberwolves and LaMelo Ball. So back in 2020, the Minnesota Timberwolves held the number 1 pick in the NBA draft. The debate leading up to the event centered on whether they would select Anthony Edwards, James Wiseman, or LaMelo Ball. Ball reportedly made the choice easier on Minnesota during a pre-draft interview when he was asked, after you're done playing, what do you see yourself doing when your career's over? It's a pretty dumb question because it says after you're done playing and then when your career's over. So while we're picking on people for their answers, let's also pick on them for their questions. LaMelo reportedly responded, I want to be president of the United States. Should he have said that out loud? No, I don't think. I think they're asking a question like that to see if you've got a realistic grasp on the reality. If you've got a sense of like, hey, this isn't going to be this way forever. Do I have a plan of what I'm going to do? Although I'm always surprised when I hear about these interviews what they're actually looking for you to say. Because if you're looking for a guy who believes in himself delusionally, that is what a guy who believes in himself delusionally would say. If you want these guys to have this mentality that I'm the best, nobody could possibly be better than me, that's what you would think. So what do we think? I would say, yeah, I guess you shouldn't have said it out loud, but...
I give him a pass on that one because I don't think LaMelo's dad really ever explained government structure to him.
You don't? You don't think that he brought that up? Okay, next one. Former LA Rams and current Seattle Seahawks wide receiver Cooper Kupp was told during a press conference over the weekend that his former team will be doing a tribute video for him when they played. Here is how he responded to that.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know that. I don't know. I mean, I didn't die. I'm here.
Should he have said that out loud? Yes. I think
funny.
That's very funny. I also just think yeah, I didn't die, and also I'm not here to be nice to you. So thank you for the nice montage, and I had fun as well, but I don't like you today. My job is to not like you out loud today. Okay, so should he have said that out loud? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then the last one we have, a fan and Draymond Green got into an altercation. Now that sentence could go a lot of ways. It didn't go, I guess, as badly as you could be thinking. He's a serial shit talker, Draymond Green, and he got upset with a fan over the weekend who was repeatedly shouting Angel Reese's name at him because several of Green's early rebounds resulted from his short-range misses. Here's what he said about the incident after the game.
He just kept calling me a woman. It was a good joke at first, but you can't keep calling me a woman. Four kids, one on the way. Can't keep calling me a woman.
I could think of a lot worse things to call you. You know?
But hey, you there, you play like the best rebounder in the WNBA.
But look, I'm not going to get offended about this. If you just keep calling him that, he's going to get annoyed. So I get it. But it doesn't upset me, but it's like, Draymond, I think he just kept calling me a woman.
But his justification, and it was sort of hard to hear it in the second half of that clip, but what he was saying is, I've got 4 kids and one more on the way. You can't keep calling me a woman.
What does that mean? Women famously can have 4 kids and one on the way. In fact, guess who's cooking it up?
It's such a weird thing to connect with the Angel Reese.
And then again, I say they might just be dumb. You know what I'm saying? I just think he didn't like being called somebody else's name and that somebody else was a woman. He didn't want to be. He maybe felt emasculated by it. So I would say, in other words, it worked. I feel like that's probably what the guy was trying to do, and it worked. So, no, you shouldn't have said that out loud, because clearly it bothered you, and you should have aren't you supposed to just, not let it bother you?
If I were Angel Reese, I'd be more insulted about being called Draymond Green.
Yeah, I'd go whoa, chill. Please.